Hi everyone, this is Dave and welcome to my review of the Apple iPad Pro. Yes, I have got the 128GB version of this ginormous iPad in the studio, and I've been using it alongside the Logitech Create keyboard case from Logitech, and that combination has given me a fantastic tablet experience, but also converted the iPad Pro into a laptop as well. Just to touch base on the Logitech Create keyboard case a little bit, this is a backlit keyboard. It pretty much replicates the touch and feel of my MacBook Pro keyboard without the actual trackpad on the front leading edge. And that's the only bit that kept distracting me, is when I was typing on this, I kept on reaching down expecting a trackpad to be there, and it wasn't. That's not the fault of the iPad Pro, of course. That's sort of just because I'm used to typing on my MacBook Pro and the trackpad being there. Instead of which, with this combination, I'm having to do typing and then reach up to the screen on the iPad Pro to insert my cursor where I want it, which is going to take a little bit of getting used to. For the most part, the iPad Pro delivers fantastic performance. Now, I'm going to come on to some of the negatives a little bit later on in this video. But the actual main performance, so day-to-day running of applications, graphic intensive games, social networking, emails, etc., they all work flawlessly, and it turns in a very good benchmark result as well. So finally, we've got Apple hardware with the processor performance inside that can keep up with the latest version of iOS. So that's a really good thing. Apple have done well on that front. Now, I'm going to have a little bit of a moan. When I actually ordered this, I was expecting to be able to order it and it to come delivered with the Apple Smart Keyboard case and also the Apple Pencil. But alas, there is a 1 to 2 week delivery delay on those items. And that was a big disappointment because they're an integral part of the experience that I was expecting using the iPad Pro. I got this into the studio alongside a Surface Pro 4, which comes supplied with the stylus or the Microsoft Pen and allows you to draw on the screen. That's what I wanted to experience from day one on the iPad Pro, and instead I'm being sort of teased into loving the device before I actually get to try out the Apple Pencil. And I'd also have liked to experience that Apple Smart Keyboard case as well, purely because in comparison to the Logitech one here, it looks like it's a lot lighter and possibly a little bit more portable and a little less cumbersome. Of course, it doesn't offer up the backlit keys like we've got here, but it would have been nice to have all of the Apple accessories delivered in one box so that I could experience everything and give you a more rounded review. A lot of reviews I've been looking at online have really loved both of the other Apple items, including the Apple Pencil. I've seen a lot of artists testing it and they're saying that it's really good, so I'm hoping that it delivers to my expectations as well. Now, I mentioned there were some negatives, and yes, there are a few negatives. The UI on the iPad Pro doesn't take up the full screen real estate that we're given here. We've got a nice large screen with a really great resolution, and still we've got big gaps in between the icons, and this is something that's delivered at operating system level, and really Apple should have scaled that properly. When we use something like the iPhone 6s or the iPhone 6s Plus, we're given the option of either using an optimized screen or a scaled screen to give us larger or smaller icons. And you could easily fit in another 2 rows of icons on both the horizontal and the vertical plane on the iPad Pro, and it would have looked superb. Some of the software seems to work well with the iPad Pro. It's scaled properly. Some of it, you've got big gaping holes in it. It's going to take a little bit of time for developers to update those applications to give us the full iPad Pro experience. That was a little bit disappointing. And then we've still got some of these UI inconsistencies. When you open and close folders, they pop a little bit, and it's just a little bit distracting. And it's things that Apple really need to iron out. They probably don't see it as a problem, but when you notice these things and you keep seeing them time and time again, it affects your overall perception and your overall experience with the device. So Apple really need to concentrate on those tiny little things, those little attentions to detail that they used to do years and years ago, but they seem to have forgotten nowadays. Let's move back to the positives. It's a big iPad. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm loving my time with it. The battery life, because it's so big, it's got over a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. So this has been running for almost 2 days. Not using it every hour of the day, but for most of the day I'm sort of on and off the iPad throughout the day. and it still doesn't need charging. So I can well see it exceeding Apple's sort of quoted usage on a single charge. So fantastic battery life. The actual screen quality, amazing. Watching videos back on this is so engaging in comparison to using my iPad Air 2 or maybe even a smaller device. Finally, I've got a nice large screen that I can really watch media on and really get involved in the media that I'm watching on the screen. And for all intents and purposes, Logitech have created a case and a keyboard that is actually better than Apple's own smart keyboard offering. Let's take a closer look. So it goes without saying that during this video you're going to get a good look at the iPad Pro as well. Videos are brilliant on it, and the accompanying sound, we've got sort of stereo speakers on here, up, down, left and right. The sound on this is awesome. Some of the best speakers in an Apple device to date. So overall, I've really been loving my time with the iPad Pro. I'm really looking forward to getting both the Apple keyboard in, the smart keyboard, and also the Apple Pencil, and I'll bring you another video sharing with you my experience with those two products as well. So that's it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do hit that like button. Please do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in another video very soon.